What's the difference between muscular strength and muscular size? If we think about strength, we want to maximize force output. We want to maximize how much force we can produce to lift heavy weight off the ground. We do this by first making sure our CNS, our nervous system, and our brain, which is our CNS, we have peripheral nervous system, but that's more of our limbs and just limbs. So our CNS, which consists of our brain and spinal cord, right, we want to stimulate our brain and nervous system to fire effectively and efficiently to contract our muscles to have them pull that weight or lift that weight. So with muscular strength, especially for powerlifting, we rely more on technique, form. It also relies on coordination and overall tendon leverage. So strength, we're really just trying to see how strong or how much can our brain and spinal cord work together to innervates our muscular tissue to contract forcibly. Then we have muscular size, aka muscular hypertrophy. That's when we really only care about how big can we get each muscle cell. Muscle strength, we're just trying to create more motor neurons. We want to create more nerves that intertwine our muscle tissue to stimulate a better and stronger contraction, to get those muscles to fire. Muscular hypertrophy or muscular size, we want to focus about making each individual cell bigger by stimulating adaptation in our workouts. So one, we want to get the muscle bigger. One, we want to just make more motor neurons recruited that intertwine that muscle to stimulate contraction. One is cells getting bigger, muscular hypertrophy. One is more neurons in our muscles to stimulate a stronger contraction and creating a stronger force. But then it also relies on what we talked about, leverage, or tendon leverage, technique, coordination, right? All these things intertwine within powerlifting to make these people strong, right? That's why you see some of these athletes who don't look huge. It's not because they're not big. Obviously, they have muscular size because but they both go hand in hand in a sense. But they obviously don't have as much muscle size as a bodybuilder because they're focused on different things. They're training, they're working out in different ways that are going to stimulate create different variables that are going to stimulate different kind of goals, I guess you can say. So what do we talk about here, guys? We know muscular strength. We are increasing the contractile tissue within our muscles to squeeze and lift and just produce a more force output. Muscular hypertrophy, we are just trying to create that cell in each individual muscle cell to get bigger because of the adaptation and stress we are putting on it. It has to force to get bigger. If we don't use it, you lose it, right? That's why if people snap their Achilles or ACL and they can't walk on their leg, their calf is getting smaller because you're using your calf every single day to step. But they break that, they're not using it, so they're losing it, so the muscle decreases. So if we're putting more, and then once they start walking again, they're putting force on that leg, they're creating adaptation, saying, you know what, we're starting to plantar flex, which is our calf, oh my God. We're starting to plantar flex, which is our calf muscle working, right? So our calf muscle has to say, you know what, these individual cells have to get bigger because of the stress or load and adaptation that they need to create because of the load that's stressed and put on them, right? Does that make sense? Anyways, we recorded some kind of cool content, guys. Follow me for more. Auspicious Boulevard, Luch lifts, gang. We got Auspicious Boulevard on. We're chilling out here in Maximus, y'all, and vibes are good. But we just need to understand what we're talking about when we go over this stuff. Peace.